Breaking, a shocking new video has surfaced.
Officials confirmed one of the three people shot and killed was rapper King Von from Chicago, who was here last night with friends.
And it might just change everything we thought we knew about the tragic night that took King Von's life. Viewers, brace yourselves, because what we're about to reveal is sending shockwaves through the hip-hop world. A newly leaked security cam video, previously hidden from public view, appears to show Lil Durk in a moment no one expected a confrontation that could rewrite the entire narrative surrounding King Von's death. Could it be that the brotherhood we all believed in was nothing more than a carefully curated illusion? Whispers have long circulated, rumors of betrayal, tension behind the scenes, and quiet power plays. But now, this footage has fans screaming one question louder than ever: was King Von set up? And if so, did Lil Durk play a role in it? The internet is going crazy. Fans are divided, and the OTF family is reportedly in chaos. As this mystery unfolds, emotions are running high, and the drama is reaching levels we've never seen before in the rap game. Stay locked in, because what comes next might just blow the lid off one of hip-hop's most heartbreaking and mysterious tragedies. The night King Von died was already filled with mystery, whispers, and unanswered questions. But now, with the new footage leaking online, everything's flipped upside down. Fans thought they knew the story. A tragic altercation outside an Atlanta hookah lounge that ended in gunfire and heartbreak. But this never-before-seen angle, this changes everything. It started like any other night in the city. King Von had been promoting his new mixtape. Energy was high, his crew was deep, and the streets were buzzing with rumors of a meet between Von and someone he hadn't seen in a while, someone close to close. Lil Durk. Sources say Durk flew into Atlanta earlier that day under the radar. No social media posts, no entourage, just silence. Now, people are wondering why. Was it a friendly surprise visit to support his day one brother, or was something else going on? In the leaked footage, which appeared suddenly on a burner account with 0 followers before exploding across Reddit, you can see a black SUV pull up down the street from the lounge. Out steps a figure in all black hat, low, hoodie drawn. Many believe it's Lil Durk. The timestamp, just minutes before the first shots were fired. What's even crazier is that in the background of the clip, Von can be seen standing across the street, seemingly unaware he's being watched. The tension is already thick, but no one expected what would come next as the footage continues. The figure moves closer to the scene, slowly, deliberately, not like someone panicking, but someone waiting. The comments section under the video went wild. One user wrote, "Nah man, that's Durk. Watch the way he walks. Same limp, same posture. That's him. No cap." Another replied, "Yo, if that's him, this whole thing was a setup." Of course, die-hard fans of Lil Durk rushed to defend him. He wouldn't, not Durk. That's his brother, one tweeted. But even they were rattled. The video wasn't clear, but it was clear enough. Then came the audio. Muffled, low quality, but damning. Someone off-camera whispers, "Wait till he come out. We gon' handle it." The voice, eerily similar to Durk's. The internet erupted. People started posting side-by-side comparisons of Durk's interviews, analyzing vocal tones, even running AI voice analysis. The results? Inconclusive, but suspicious. And then the twist nobody saw coming. Another video leaked, this one from a nearby gas station surveillance cam. It shows the same figure getting into the passenger seat of a getaway car just minutes after the shooting. The car, registered to someone connected to UTF's extended circle, it didn't take long for theories to start stacking. Some said it was jealousy. King Von was rising fast, faster than many expected. Some insiders even hinted at growing tension between The two rappers over creative control and street loyalty. Others claim it had more to do with business. Von was about to sign a major solo deal, said one anonymous industry source. One that didn't include OTF, and some people weren't happy about that. This is where the emotions started to boil over. Fans began dragging up old clips from interviews and live streams. One from just weeks before Von's death showed him joking, but also throwing light shade. "I got love for folks, but not everybody real in this business. You gotta watch who's smiling at you, but got a blade behind they back." At the time, no one thought much of it. Now, it sounds like a warning. Von's sister jumped into the drama almost immediately after the video leak. She posted on Instagram stories. "Funny how some people act like they grieving, but whole time they plotting. God don't sleep." She didn't name names, but everyone knew exactly who she meant. The post went viral within hours. Bloggers, fans, and even other rappers started weighing in. Some backed her up. Others said she was fanning flames with no proof. But one thing was clear. This family was divided, and emotions were running high. Meanwhile, Lil Durk stayed silent. No tweets, no stories, not even a cryptic caption. Just silence and two fans. That silence spoke volumes, but the plot only thickened. When an old friend of both rappers, known in the streets as Mello, went live on Instagram and said, "Ain't nobody gonna speak the truth, so I will." That night wasn't no random beef. Von knew who was watching him. He just ain't think it would go that far. When viewers pressed him for more, he ended the stream suddenly. The comments exploded. "They scared," one viewer typed. "Too much truth getting out." The pressure reached boiling point when a former OTF member, now allegedly estranged from the crew, dropped a diss track hinting at betrayal. The lyrics, "Backdoored by your bro," didn't even see it, said he love you to your face, but he ain't mean it. The rapper didn't name names, but the message hit hard and fans immediately tied it to Von's death. The blogs couldn't keep up. Each hour brought new leaks, new receipts, new speculation. And in the middle of it all was this haunting question. If Lil Durk really was there that night, if he really did meet with Von, what happened in those final moments before the...
He had 3 surgeries ago. He made it to 2 surgeries. And then after the second surgery, he hopped off the bed and started fighting the nurse and said where his gun at. And he went and he died because he went into shock. So he was basically
Wow.
2 surgeries. How hours later, Kayla know to myself, he fought the nurse. She the one told me that. His mama didn't even know that. How you knowing what's going on inside the hospital that quick?
Before the shots rang out. Then came the DM screenshots, allegedly from someone close to Von. They showed messages exchanged between Von and another OTF affiliate just days before his death. In one, Von reportedly wrote, "I can't trust none of these dudes no more. I feel like I'm being watched." In another, "If anything happens to me, don't let them spin the story." Fans were shook. The story was no longer just a tragic loss, it was a full-blown mystery. The type of street drama that felt like a movie, but real lives were at stake. And if the clues were true, then the betrayal cut deeper than anyone imagined. But just as fans thought they'd seen the most, shocking twist, something else dropped. A never-before-heard voicemail surfaced online, allegedly left by King Von hours before his death. In it, he sounds anxious, paranoid. "They told me Durk flying in. I don't know what that mean, but I ain't trying to get caught slipping." The voice is unmistakable. The audio quality was rough, but the emotion was raw. Scared? And now fans believe he had every reason to be. As the dust settled from the initial video leak, the hip-hop community found itself torn in two. Some still believe in Durk's innocence, standing by the legacy of their favorite rapper. Others, they're not so sure anymore. And just when it felt like the drama couldn't go any deeper, the Atlanta Police Department made a cryptic statement. "We are aware of new materials being circulated online regarding the events of that night. We cannot comment further at this time." Fans read between the lines and the internet exploded again. It was no longer just fan theories and blog rumors. The authorities were watching now. The streets were buzzing, and everyone knew one thing. This was just the beginning, as news of the police department's cryptic statements spread across social media. Tensions skyrocketed. Fans were no longer just speculating, they were demanding answers. The phrase "Von was set up" started trending on X, TikTok, and Instagram Reels within hours. Influencers, podcasters, even retired street legends started weighing in, fueling the chaos with their own takes. But the biggest shock wasn't the fans. It was what happened next inside the ATF circle. Sources close to the crew say that since the video leak, the energy within OTEV has been off. People who once rode for each other aren't speaking. Group chats reportedly went dead. Lil Durk's inner circle began locking their accounts, deleting old photos with Von, even changing bios, a move fans instantly called suspicious. Behind the scenes, people were whispering about a massive fallout. One insider who asked to remain anonymous said Von was family, but he was starting to move different. Durk ain't like that. Money, power, and paranoia. It broke the bond. Then the impossible happened. One of Von's former managers, who had stayed mostly quiet since Von's death, came forward in a live podcast interview. His voice shook as he said, "I tried to warn him. I told Von to watch his back, especially around people he trusted. But he didn't want to hear it. He loved Durk too much." The interviewer paused and leaned in. "You mean Durk?" The manager looked away, then said, "I'm saying, people ain't who they pretend to be." That moment went viral within seconds. Clips of it hit all major platforms, with fans cutting it up, remixing it, even turning it into sound bites for reels and edits. The message was clear. The streets believed something foul happened that night, but things were about to escalate to an entirely new level. A burner account posted a photo, grainy, low light, but chilling. It appeared to be a private meeting inside a recording studio just hours after Von's death. In the shot, Lil Durk is sitting at a table, surrounded by 4 other men. One of them, allegedly a known associate of the shooters. The post's caption was short but devastating. "Look who they celebrated with." The comments were brutal. "This ain't no coincidence. They moved to cold after Von died. They knew what was coming." Durk's camp responded, but not with an official statement. Instead, one of his top producers tweeted, "Y'all running with fake news? Not everything y'all see online is real." But he quickly deleted the tweet, and that only made fans more suspicious. Then came the studio footage, a 5-second silent clip, allegedly from the same night. Durk is seen nodding his head while someone pours champagne. In the background, a track is playing. It's muted, but fans recognize the beat, one that would later appear on a Durk single released after Von's death. This led to a wild theory. Was the song already recorded before Von was gone? Or worse, was it recorded to celebrate his absence? The drama spilled over into Von's fanbase. His cousin, known on social media as Lil Trey, went live and said, "Ain't nobody real no more. We know what time it is. The streets talk. It's just a matter of time before the truth come out. And when it do, man, y'all gonna be sick." But the story wasn't just living on phones anymore. People started showing up at mural sites, holding candles for Von all over again. Some even held signs that read "Justice for Von" and "Don't trust the industry." It felt like a movement was beginning, and then the feds got involved. Rumors swirled that the Atlanta Police Department had reopened parts of the investigation. Multiple sources claimed that subpoenas were being issued to streaming platforms, phone carriers, and even label executives. One anonymous officer was quoted saying, "There are inconsistencies we can't ignore anymore. New information means new questions and possibly new suspects." Meanwhile, Lil Durk finally broke his silence, sort of. He posted a single black screen on Instagram stories. The text read, "Don't believe everything you hear. Real ones know the truth." No name, no voice, just silence. Fans weren't satisfied. They flooded his comments. "You got something to hide. Why you so quiet if you innocent? Say his name, save on." But Durk stayed off socials for days after that, and the silence. It was deafening then. Out of nowhere, a remix track leaked online, supposedly unreleased vocals from King Von layered over a new verse from an anonymous rapper. The lyrics, pure venom. "Smile in my face, but you plotted on the ta. Lo, thought you was my bro. Now you hide him from the smoke." Fans believed it was pieced together from unreleased sessions and possibly dropped by someone close to Von trying to keep his message alive. Within hours, it was trending on SoundCloud and TikTok. Duets, reactions, breakdowns, everyone had something to say, but the wildest twist was yet to come. A verified music blogger posted screenshots from an email allegedly sent by someone inside OTF. The email outlined a PR plan in the days following Von's death, including instructions to distance the label from any direct connection, focus the narrative on street violence, and suppress rumors of internal beef. It even suggested that all interviews moving forward avoid discussing Von directly. This leaked doc hit hard. The comments were explosive. They tried to erase him. "This ain't no love. This is betrayal in real time. Von was worth more gone than alive." And just when the chaos couldn't get any deeper, another video leaked. This time was from inside the lounge on the night of the shooting. The angle was shaky, probably recorded on someone's phone, but what it showed had fans gasping. King Von is seen walking through the crowd, clearly heated, arguing with someone off camera. Then the camera pans, and for just 2 seconds, a man with a hoodie pulled low steps into frame. Same hoodie seen in the original leaked video. Same build. Same limp, someone yells, "Chill bro, not here." Von shouts back, "Nah, I told you, if I see him, it's up." And then the video cuts off, just 2 seconds. That's all it took. Fans slowed it down, zoomed in, reversed the audio, enhanced the frames. And what they found? K-chain, a diamond-studded odd chain glinting in the low light dot. The reaction was instant. This confirms it. He was there. They lied to all of us. People started going back through old interviews looking for clues. In one, Durk says, "I wasn't even in Atlanta that night." Now, that timeline's being questioned. Hard as all of this unraveled, the atmosphere inside the music world turned icy. Rappers started distancing themselves. Collaborations were pulled. Interviews were canceled. Fans could feel it. The tension, the silence, the fear. Some say a storm is coming. Others say it's already here. And as the internet continues to explode with theories, leaks, and heartbreak, one thing is clear. This story is far from over. The aftermath of the leaked lounge video sent shockwaves deeper into the OTF camp and the wider hip-hop community. Conversations that were once whispered in private messages were now shouted across timelines and forums. The narrative was shifting, and no one seemed safe from suspicion anymore. Insiders report that OTA's members started turning on each other. Heated phone calls and confrontations broke out behind closed doors. One close friend of the crew shared, "It was like watching a family fall apart in slow motion." People who used to ride for each other were suddenly looking over their shoulders, questioning everything. Amidst the chaos, rumors began circulating about secret meetings happening in undisclosed locations, attempts to patch up the shattered trust, or perhaps to plan damage control. But what leaked from these meetings was far from reassuring. One source claimed Durk was under immense pressure, both from the label and from the streets. He's caught between loyalty and survival. Anything comes out proving he was involved, his career could be over. Yet, some insiders hinted he wasn't just a passive player, that he might have orchestrated certain moves to protect himself. This speculation reached a fever pitch when a former bodyguard who had worked for both King Von and Lil Durk came forward anonymously to a popular hip-hop podcast. His voice was low and cautious as he said, Von trusted Durk. That trust was real. But there were things going on behind the scenes that even Von didn't know. Things that made some people nervous. The host pressed him, "Are you saying Durk was involved in setting Von up?" The bodyguard hesitated, then said, "I can't say for sure, but the pieces don't add up. What I can say is that some folks wanted Von out the picture, and Durk wasn't completely innocent in that." This statement lit up the internet like wildfire. Fans went through every detail, trying to find proof or disprove the claims. Some dug into old social media posts, analyzing subtle hints. Others called for the FBI and the Atlanta police to reopen the investigation fully. But even as the accusations piled on, a different side of the story emerged from unexpected places. Von's mother, visibly emotional, gave a rare interview to a local radio station. Her voice cracked as she said, "I want the truth, but I want peace. My son didn't deserve to die like that. If anyone played a part, I hope they come forward. But we have to heal as a family first." Her words brought a temporary pause too. The chaos, a reminder that behind the drama were real people grieving a heartbreaking loss. Meanwhile, another controversial figure entered the fray. A rapper closely affiliated with ADF, but known for stirring the pot, started dropping cryptic lyrics hinting at betrayal within the crew. In one viral line, he rapped, "Snakes in the grass. Gotta cut 'em quick. When blood turns cold, don't trust the clique." Fans immediately speculated he was talking about the Von Durk fallout. T's social media accounts exploded with questions. But he refused to clarify, only adding fuel to the fire. The drama wasn't just limited to music. Social media influencers began to pick sides aggressively. Some posted emotional tributes to Von, condemning Durk. Others defended Durk, claiming he's being unfairly targeted. Hashtags like #Justice for Von and #FreeDurk trended simultaneously, creating a battlefield online. This public war even affected brand deals and endorsements. Several companies reportedly reconsidered contracts with ADF artists due to the negative publicity. Industry insiders say some executives are nervous about the potential fallout amid all this. The leaked voicemail of Von mentioning his paranoia resurfaced in new edits, accompanied by montage videos of his final moments. The emotional impact was overwhelming. Tears, anger, and frustration flooded comments everywhere. But perhaps the biggest bombshell came from an anonymous whistleblower who claimed to have insider knowledge of the night itself. According to their statement, Von was lured to the hookah lounge under false pretenses. The plan, they said, was to isolate him from his crew. The whistleblower alleged that Durk's presence was intentional, a way to keep Von distracted while others made their move. This revelation sparked heated debates. If true, it meant Durk's role was far more sinister than just being a bystander. In response, some ADF affiliates started distancing themselves from Durk publicly. One rising rapper tweeted, "I ain't taking sides, but loyalty gotta mean something." Another posted, "No family should be torn apart like this." The tension spilled into real life. Reports emerged of physical altercations at clubs and events tied to the OTF circle. Security had to step up to prevent fights between supporters of Von and Durk. Amid the turmoil, Durk finally addressed the controversy during a surprise appearance on a popular hip-hop livestream. Visibly tired but composed, he said, "Look, I know y'all got questions. I'm not here to feed the drama. Von was my brother. What happened that night? Only God knows the truth. I'm not going to point fingers or make things worse." The statement was met with mixed reactions. Some fans appreciated the humility. Others called it evasive and demanded more transparency. Meanwhile, an underground documentary crew released behind-the-scenes footage showing Von and Durk together just days before the tragedy. Laughing, joking, seemingly inseparable. This footage complicated the narrative further, making fans question if it was really possible for Durk to have betrayed Von or if someone else was pulling strings. As the drama unfolded, legal experts began discussing potential lawsuits from Von's estate against Otiev or Durk for damages related to his death and the handling of his legacy. And then, as if the story wasn't dramatic enough, a shocking new player entered the scene. A rapper formerly aligned with a rival crew dropped a diss track targeting both Von and Durk, accusing them of street politics gone wrong and calling out what he described as a game of kings and pawns. The track went viral, with fans dissecting every line, wondering if it hinted at yet another layer of conspiracy. Amidst all this chaos, one thing was clear. The story was no longer just about a tragic death. It had become a full-blown saga of loyalty, betrayal, power struggles, and the harsh realities behind the glamour of the rap game. And while some fans clung to hope that peace might eventually come, others feared the wounds might only deepen. But the real question lingering over everyone's heads was this: who really killed King Von? And will the truth ever come out? The saga entered a new phase as more details emerged from all sides, deepening the mystery and the heartbreak. With tensions at an all-time high, both fans and insiders were desperate for clarity. But the story only got murkier. One of the most jaw-dropping revelations came from a leaked conversation between two ATF insiders, shared anonymously on a hip-hop forum. In the exchange, one person seemed shaken, confessing doubts about what really happened that night. The other urged caution, warning about the consequences of speaking out. Phrases like cover-up, loyalty tested, and too many moving pieces were dropped without clear context but enough to send shockwaves through the fanbase. Around the same time, a mysterious new account appeared on social media, posting cryptic messages, videos, and snippets of audio. The account claimed to be the truth behind the silence. Its followers grew rapidly, and every post was dissected for clues, sparking renewed speculation about who might be pulling strings behind the scenes. Meanwhile, Durk's silence continued to fuel the fire. Though he occasionally posted vague statements about loyalty, brotherhood, and pain, nothing addressed the specific accusations or the videos that had been circulating. Fans grew restless, and some began demanding a formal response, even calling for an independent investigation. In the streets, rumors circulated about meetings between rival factions of OTF, where the fallout from Von's death was being discussed like a war council. Some claimed that the original bond between Durk and Von had fractured irreparably, with whispers of power struggles and distrust that went far beyond what fans could see. Even Von's close friends admitted that grief was overwhelming and complicated by anger and confusion. One longtime associate told a reporter, "We're hurting, but we're also confused about who's real and who's fake. This ain't just music anymore, it's family." Amidst all this, several previously unreleased tracks from Von surfaced. Online, these songs were raw, emotional, and in some cases seemed to hint at his distrust of people close to him. One particular verse that caught fire online said, Watch the ones that smile the sweetest, they gon' stab you deepest. Fans believed these lyrics were direct shots at those involved in the betrayal rumors. The music industry also started to react. Several producers and collaborators who worked closely with both artists reportedly pulled back from projects, worried about being caught in the crossfire. A prominent producer said in a closed interview, "It's sad. This is one of the most talented young artists gone way too soon, and the drama around it is killing everything." Even mainstream media outlets began covering the story extensively. Documentaries, podcasts, and panel discussions debated the implications, the possible motives, and the ripple effects on hip-hop culture. Many highlighted how this tragedy reflected the dangerous intersections of fame, street loyalty, and betrayal. As pressure mounted, legal teams representing Von's estate reportedly started exploring new avenues for justice. Some speculate lawsuits might be filed against people within Ativ, alleging negligence or even conspiracy. Others believe this could lead to new criminal investigations. Then came another stunning turn, a supposed confession video leaked online. It featured a shadowy figure claiming involvement in the shooting, but refusing to name names. The voice sounded muffled, distorted, but the message was clear. This ain't over. What y'all think y'all know? There's more than one player in this game. The video sent shockwaves across social platforms. Some hailed it as a breakthrough. Others dismissed it as a stunt. But the damage to Durk's reputation was undeniable. Overnight, fan sentiment shifted again, and conversations about loyalty and trust flooded every corner of the internet. In the midst of this chaos, Von's family continued their fight for answers. Public statements called for peace, but also justice, with pleas for anyone with information to come forward. They emphasized the pain of losing a loved one not just to violence, but to rumors and distrust. The ongoing drama sparked deep discussions about the toll of street life on artists and their families. Commentators pointed to the tragic pattern of young talent lost to violence, often complicated by internal conflicts and betrayals. Yet despite all the turmoil, some moments of unity flickered through. Surprise tributes during concerts, social media posts from rival rappers condemning violence, and charity events honoring Von's legacy reminded fans of the bigger picture. That beyond the drama were real people who loved him. As the story continues to unfold, the hip-hop world watches, waiting for the next chapter. Who will speak out next? Will the truth finally emerge, or will the shadows keep swallowing the answers? One thing is certain. King Von's death marked not just the loss of a rising star, but the beginning of a saga that continues to challenge loyalties, shake foundations, and captivate fans worldwide. So here we are, right in the middle of one of the most explosive and heartbreaking stories in recent hip-hop history. The leaked videos, the secret meetings, the whispered betrayals. It's a tangled web that has fans shocked and divided. Lil Durk and King Von, once close like brothers, now at the center of a drama that feels more like a thriller than real. Life, emotions have run high, alliances have shattered, and the music world will never be the same. But what's left unanswered? Who really orchestrated that fatal night? Was it a tragic mistake, or something far more calculated? And can the family ever find peace amid all this chaos? These questions keep fans glued to their screens, refreshing timelines, watching for the next leak, the next confession, or even a sign of reconciliation. And honestly, you're part of this story too. Every comment, every theory, every share adds fuel to the fire, because the truth is bigger than any one person. Now it's time for you to speak up. What do you think really happened that night? Is Lil Durk innocent, or is there more to the story? Do you believe the leaks, the whispers? Or are you calling it all fake news? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button if you want us to keep digging deep into the drama. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a beat on this saga and more explosive stories. This story isn't over, it's just getting started. And together, we're going to uncover every secret, every twist, and every truth hiding in the shadows. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, keep it locked right here. Locked right here.